How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shannon's Garage Australia. Alright, so on today's episode, I am working on Swain's E90 320i. So the boys will be up here soon. We're going to have a few special guests in the shop today. Harry will be here. Swain, he'll be here working on the car with me as well. Lockie and Jacob. So we're going to have a bit of fun, muck around with a few cars. Yeah, hopefully get that 320i all done and dusted today with the new coilovers and the front hub and knuckle so we can drive it on out of here. All right, so stick around. The boys will be here soon. Let's get it going. All right, so as you can see behind me, the boys are already here. They're already hard at it. Look at him.
Pretending like I like it.
Hey, look, you boys already know Harry, so you know what he's like. He's not going to do a hell of a lot. He's just going to stand around and crack jokes all day long. But on the tools...
I would have done my hair.
On the tools, we have Caleb.
Oh.
Yeah, that's this one.
It's hot.
All right, that's the owner of the vehicle. That's Swain, or Lachlan, or Lockie, whichever, whatever you want to call him.
Daddy works.
Don't ever call him that. That's just weird. And you've got Harry's little brother. This little fella here with the... Looks like he's got AirPods in his ears. I don't know why. Yeah, bit odd. These millennials, I don't know. Oh, the bowl cut. Come on. Oh, look at that. Look at that hair.
Glorious.
Eh? Glorious hair. Not for me. But today we are going to get coilovers. BC Racing coilovers, to be precise, in this car, and a new front knuckle. So let me give the camera to Lockie because he's actually going to be our film boy for the day. And let's get going. As you can see, Caleb's in here at the moment. We've got the caliper off.
It's a wheel.
Oh, boys and girls, it's going to be a long day. All right, so we've got the caliper off already. He's now taking the strut bolts out so we can get that entire strut out and completely disassemble that hub to replace the new knuckle and all that kind of jazz in it. So
I've been told that you don't want to break that caliper. It's not good if you do.
wow. All right, so as you can see by the sheer amount of video recording Master Lockie has been doing, we've got a hell of a lot done, but we've run into a few issues. So as you can see, we've had to cut some bits and pieces off, but we've just realised too that the lower control arm's actually got a bend in it as well, unfortunately. So we will do the hub, we'll put the coilovers in, it'll make him drivable, and then we can...
Him drivable? She, mate.
No, him, as in this idiot here. Oh my God, so many people. So we'll make it drivable, so that way he can at least drive the car home, and then when he gets to the lower control arm, he'll bring it back up to the workshop, we'll jack it up, put the lower control arm in. It'll only take about 5 minutes to do. So hopefully within the next 10 minutes, we'll have this hub out. She's not playing very nice. Where you going, man?
Off to get a fucking lower control arm.
Wow.
Traction control's off, we're ready.
All right. Well, hey, stay cool.
Well,
All right, so work has come to a screeching halt because the lower control arm in this thing is absolutely cactus, so we need to get a new one. The boys, as you just saw, they've just left, so Caleb and I are going to smash out the rest of the suspension. So I'm going to put you on time lapse. We'll knock the rest of it out, and then when he turns up with the lower control arm, we can get that side done, put on all four wheels, and out the fucking door we go. So, yeah. Caleb, you excited?
Let's get some shit done.
Let's get some shit done. Alrighty, so while Caleb knocks out the fronts, I'm now jumping into the rear and I'm going to get these knocked out. So they're nice and simple, literally 2 bolts at the top, 2 bolts at the bottom, all done. Fingers crossed, let's hope that goes to plan. Get these rears knocked out, we'll get the wheels back on it, and then we're just waiting on the boys to get back with the lower control arm, slap that in. By that stage, Caleb should be done on the other side front as well. And we should be good to put this thing on the ground for the first time in a few months and get it driving. Alright, now that side is completely undone and out, lower the bottom control arm, we can now put the new BCs in. Yep. There we go. 1 coil over, in, shock, in, control arm back on, done. Let's get the other side.
And that is the second of the rear coilovers back in, thanks to Shannon's good grace, while they still sit around doing the same wheel. Now we've got to get the back end put back in. Busy times.
Putting some mechanic. He likes to think he's a mechanic now that he's got his hands dirty once working on a car.
And my knees, because I'm always on.
Look at that. Rear's done, boys. Yeah. It's got to wait for these slow pokes at the front here to get their stuff done.
Excuse me, how many fucking hubs did you have to remove, old man? Old man?
Oh, yeah. That shut you up, didn't it? Put a camera in his face. But the fronts are in. They're all done. We're just buttoning up a few bits and pieces. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Brand spanking new lower control arm because the last one was bent.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, hold on, let's do a comparison.
Yep. Yeah, so new control arm at the back, bent one at the front. As you can see, look
What's
at that.
got more of a curve, Harry's gut or the control arm?
Oh, I would definitely say Harry's gut's got more of a curve.
It's all good. I'm holding the stronger.
Right, so as you can see, the E90 is no longer in the garage. It's gone. The boys were out taking it for a test drive. Oh, sorry I didn't feel most of the finalisation of that suspension kit. The boys and I started drinking, having a couple of bevies while doing it, and completely forgot to hit record. My bad, but it's done. The boys are now taking it for a drive just to make sure that she's running and feeling all right. Doesn't have the 19s on the fronts because one needs a tyre and we believe it could be buckled, so we've got to get them tested and checked out before we can put them back on the car. But I do have my E39 style 166s laying around, so we put those on the front just to get it mobile. The boys will come back in a second, let us know how it's all feeling, how it's all going. And then, yeah, we will probably call it a day. It has been a big one. As you know, I was up at like 7 o'clock this morning cleaning up the workshop. So, yeah, Caleb, this fella back here, look at him. What a fucking man beast. He has been an absolute massive help to me today. Because as you guys generally know, when Harry is up here in the workshop, Shannon does everything and Harry mucks around. Always. This fella, however, didn't muck around. Well, there was a bit of mucking around, bit of tomfoolery. But between him and I, we smashed out front and rear coilovers and 2 hubs, 4 lower control arms, just to get this thing back on the road. So, massive thank you. Oh, the boys are here now. Let's see what this thing feels like. All right, boys and girls, we are done. We are all finished. Caleb, done. Swaney, done.
Yeah, all right.
Wow. He's a bit special, boys and girls. As we know from previous videos, this this Muppet, my little brother, dead set. He's an absolute nut job. But the car is done. As you can see, she's all finished. Needs a wash, needs a polish, needs a buff, needs some wheels and tyres. But otherwise, it is finished. So, yay, he's back on the road again. Now, me and the boys, we're going to go to the pub. We're going to have a couple of beers. We're going to have some kebabs and, you know, do some stupid shit that I will not be filming. So, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. As always, check me out on Instagram at Shannon's Garage Australia. And remember,
Eat your veggies.
stay cool.